In December of 2016, I decided to watch Supernatural. I was very hesitant at first because I truthfully did not have any desire to watch it, but after some persuasion, I finally decided to sit down and watch the first episode. Little did I know back then how much Supernatural would become a part of my life. Around June of 2017, I finally caught up with Supernatural. So around that time, that was when season 12 just ended. I was completely in love with the show. What really got me hooked on Supernatural was the relationship between Sam and Dean Winchester. Yeah, Supernatural is great because of all the monsters and the horror, but it's way more than that. I just love the relationship, that strong brotherly love between Sam and Dean, and that's what kept me going with Supernatural. If it wasn't for that, I don't really know if I would keep watching, but because of Sam and Dean, that's why I love Supernatural so much. After I caught up with the show, I decided to start following Jared and Jensen and some of the other cast members on social media, as well as other Supernatural fans. And that is when I really started to put myself out there into the Supernatural fandom. From there, I started to really learn who Jared and Jensen were, but more particularly, who Jared was. I started watching old panels on YouTube, and I also started watching other YouTube videos about Jared Padalecki and what he has done in his life, such as the many campaigns that he has created, such as the Always Keep Fighting campaign. On July 10th of 2017, I decided to post my first ever Sam and Dean edit on YouTube. Now at the time, I was considered a Once Upon a Time fan editor on YouTube, so this one Sam and Dean edit was supposed to be just a one-time thing in my mind, and that is what I really thought. I just didn't have any ideas to edit Once Upon a Time, so I decided to try making a Sam and Dean edit, and I just really was not expecting to make another one after that, but obviously we all know how that went because I have almost 100 Supernatural edits on my YouTube channel as of today, which is very crazy for me because 3 years ago, I never would have expected to be editing Supernatural as long as I have been. Because of Supernatural, I've made such a big community here on my YouTube channel, and I'm just so grateful for everyone who is subscribed to my channel and those who share, comment, and like on my videos. It truly means so much to me, and if you were to tell me that 3 years ago that I would have such a community here on YouTube as I do today, I would think you would be crazy. On June 10th of 2018, my mom and I attended our first Supernatural convention in Pittsburgh. We met Jared and Jensen for the first time, and it was such a crazy but a memorable experience. Meeting Jared and Jensen, I can still picture it perfectly in my head. Before, I would read people's photo op stories with Jared and hear about how amazing and how sweet he is and how personable, and I was like, oh, well, maybe he's only like that with some people, but what I saw and what I experienced is that he is like that with everyone. He is just truly amazing, and his hugs are just the best hugs in the world. After the Pittsburgh convention, my mom and I kind of got hooked on conventions, because since that one we've been to 3 others. We've been to New Jersey of 2018, Nashville of 2019, and New Jersey of 2019. Out of all 4 of those conventions, I have had so many memorable experiences with Jared, and I'm just so grateful for each and every one of them. I'm just very thankful for all those experiences because at those conventions, I've really gone out of my comfort zone and done a lot of things that I never would have expected that I would be able to do. So, for example, in 2018 in the New Jersey convention, I was able to ask a question during the Jared and Jensen panel.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi. So I just wanted to say that you two are very inspirational to me, especially you, Jared. So my question is there someone in your life who inspires you? Well, you both can answer.
Say it again, Jordan.
Is there someone in your life that inspires you?
Yeah.
So I stood up there, I said my question in front of thousands of people. It is just so crazy to me because I never would have thought I would have been able to do that. In Nashville 2019, I was lucky enough to get into Jared's meet and greet. That's something that I never thought that I would even be able to do, and actually be in that room sitting directly in front of him for 30 minutes and being able to ask a question. Again, very crazy and something I never thought that I would be capable of doing. Going along with conventions, I also never would have thought that I would actually come out of my comfort zone and do crazy photo ops with basically a complete stranger. Through my many social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube, I have met so many people through the Supernatural fandom. And because of Supernatural, I met some really close internet, and I'm very thankful to have you all in my life. Now, today is a very sad day because today is when the last ever Supernatural episode will air. I have a lot of mixed emotions, but I just want to say this. I just want to say thank you to Supernatural. Thank you to Supernatural for giving me some of the best days of my life. Thank you for making me laugh, and thank you for making me cry. Thank you for making me fall in love with two fictional brothers, as well as two brothers in real life. Thank you for allowing me to become creative. Thank you for creating such a huge fan base where I was able to make a lot of new friends and be able to talk to a lot of new people. Thank you, Supernatural, for allowing my mom and I to go on so many fun Supernatural convention adventures. Thank you, Supernatural, for letting me to know Jared Padalecki, who is such a big role model in my life and who is always keep fighting campaigns as well. Thank you, Supernatural, for making me always think of Sam whenever I see a moose, and Dean whenever I think of pie. Thank you, Supernatural, for giving me something to do and something to look forward to on my Thursday night. Thank you, Supernatural, for teaching us about the importance of family and friendship, and that family doesn't end with blood, and that family also does not have to be blood. Thank you to Jared and Jensen for dedicating 15 years of your life to being Sam and Dean Winchester. Without you, Supernatural would not have gotten as far as it has today. Even though Supernatural is ending, it will always be a part of my life, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. Sam Winchester will always be my favorite fictional character. Sam and Dean will always be my favorite fictional brothers, and Jared and Jensen will always be my favorite actors. Jared Padalecki is such a huge inspiration in my life, and I'm so grateful that Supernatural has brought me to him. No matter how the show ends, I will always be grateful for what Supernatural has done for me, and has also done for so many others. Thank you to the amazing cast and crew who have brought Supernatural to life, and especially thank you to Eric Kripke, who created Supernatural in the first place. Thank you for allowing me to make so many memories that will last a lifetime. And with that, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.